Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live stream of Vintage Chill and Chat. For those that don't know me, I'm Sammy Thunder, but I think everybody here knows. Happy weekend, everybody. Happy, sad to say, beginning of the new week, as we have to wait another 5 days before more card show adventures. And for those that are going to be venturing up to the New England area, next weekend is the Shriners Card Show, predominantly vintage show, but there's modern cards available, of course, for those modern enthusiasts. They will have modern cards, but it has been known for being primarily a vintage show. So, speaking of vintage, today I went to the Hofstra Fall Classic hosted by Lucky's. And I believe this is the second go around that Lucky's has promoted this event. I think this is their second time doing it. And it was great. I enjoy walking the floor. And, I always kind of set a game plan for myself when I get to these shows. My goal is to spend the first hour recording the various tables, try to get as many as possible. And then the rest of the show is meant for me to go around and find some items of the just whether it being for the binder pickup or binder project or for my personal collection. And so I did that today, and I'm kind of curbing my big dollar spending until there's an auction, auctions coming up. I might look into putting my money into that. Shriners might have something really special. The Philly shows around the corner as well. I mean, there's a lot for the Northeast. We are very fortunate that we have so many shows to navigate to, both regional, local. There's I think for the next. So Shriners is next week. Then the week after that is there's the Fishkill show that Mike is hosting. He hosts his own Fishkill show on the first of every month, or the first Saturday of every month. But he's hosting one for to support the veterans. And last year he had it at the Hudson Valley Renegades, but this year he's hosting it in I feel like there's like a gymnasium nearby where Fishkill normally sets up. And so those shows are really special, and I encourage people in the greater New York area to come out. I think after that is a lot of more local shows, and I think then the next big really big one is Lucky's is hosting a Thanksgiving show at the end. I'm not going to be able to attend that one as I will be out of town that weekend. It's over Thanksgiving, the holiday weekend. And then right around the corner in December, there's the Philly show. So I mean, between the auction houses and all these shows, it's quite the parade of opportunities. So I hope everybody again is having had a good weekend. Let me do my own personal roll call. Jay is here first. What's up, Jay? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Steven with the PH is here. Brian from Hodges is here. Dave Peacemaker Cards, Diamond Gems 45, Jacob is here, Andy from Dog Ate My Card Collector, what's up? Carlisle, I think I need some of those cards. Is anyone having trouble with eBay? Because every time I try clicking on a listing with multiple listings, I can't. I have not checked it, so I don't know. eBay is here. What's up, my friend? For Trick or Treat, Sammy's going as Kevin Gosman. I'll have to see the comparison. Do I look like him? Jake T. O'Donnell, it's fun to see you next weekend. Yeah, should be fun, man. The get-togethers, I think, starts at 2 p.m. is my understanding. I anticipate getting there by 9 a.m. To the show. So hopefully that leaves me enough time to kind of navigate the room, get my filming done, and maybe buy one or two things perhaps. So I anticipate trying to keep myself on a schedule so that I can finish up by around 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. And so I can navigate and just kick back and enjoy and hang out with you guys. The video of the show was awesome. Oh, thank you, Chris. It was a good show. I hope everybody could find something they liked, perhaps. I know Matt from the Card Story did, but I'll let him share that once he gets the opportunity to do so. Ryan's Bullpen Sports Cards. What's up, Ryan? Good to have you here. Vintage for life. Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. So yeah, man, it's been a good weekend. I spent today a total of, let's see, 45, I guess $85 today. For those that didn't see, do I have it in front of me? Yeah, this was for 45 bucks. I got this today, 1933 Giants. What is the Giants schedule card, and Carl Hubble is featured on this. Now, there's two variations. There is a variation that includes, um, it's like a thinner card stock, and I think it has the schedule in the back, but I'm not 100% sure. This one I got. This one has the schedule in the back, and it is not marked, so it's kind of cool. It's one of Hubble's first cards. One of his first cards. I think he has one from a little bit earlier, but it's a pretty cool piece. You know, it's a nice addition. I thought of Aaron when I picked it up, Value Vintage. So the other ones, the other pickups I made are already in the binder, but let's see if I can do due diligence by showing you. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll give it a try. I go to the back page now as the binder's slowly filling up. But it's got some good pieces in there, man. So I will do my best to show you here. You can see the Tom Seaver 71 Topps, 65 Lou Brock, the 69 Willie Stargell, and the Billy Williams rookie card. The Billy Williams was a freebie, which is really awesome. Essentially, I don't know if you guys know Eric of Abe's Sports Cards, Abe Starks Cards. He sets up. He's from Florida, and he sets up at a lot of the shows. I think he's going to be at Shriners, but I'm not 100% sure. But he had like these bargain boxes, and inside were filled with great cards, you know, like Mays, Clemente. I mean, a lot of low grade stuff, but perfect for me, for my binder project. But I was really aiming to try to find as good of cards as possible to fill in the binder. And so I found this 71 Seaver, and you guys know how difficult it is to find good condition 71s. And I thought the price that he had on it was super fair, and it was in great shape. See if I can get closer so you guys can get a look. The Lou Brock, I believe, if I remember correctly, I mean, this is my mind kind of slipping a little bit since I haven't been set building in quite some time. But I think the Lou Brock's a high number or a semi-high number, and so that was part of the deal. And then the Willie Stargell. So those three together, I think the Stargell might be a high number as well. But those three together were $40, and then the Billy Williams was kind of a throw-in. So that was the freebie. He had a thing where you can buy three and get one free. But obviously there are stipulations with that. The Stargell, like essentially three. You buy three, whichever is the lowest value card of the three. The free card that you get has to be that value or less. So the Stargell was the lowest value. It was $10, and so the Billy Williams was, I think, $13 when I saw it in there. So I asked Eric, I'm like, "Hey man, do you mind throwing this one in as my freebie one?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." I mean, way I see it, man. I mean, like, you can't go wrong with a rookie of a Hall of Famer like that. I mean, granted, you see like someone spilled juice or something like that on the top, or a print defect, but it's got, this card, it's got good centering, rounded corners, honest corners. So not bad, man. I think $85 well spent today. I always like to try to keep a budget for the binder project. So today was $40. And the binder's filling up, man. Like, since I've been starting this, I've gotten some pretty cool cards to kind of hopefully create 4 or 5 binder pages. And I'll continue that trend at Shriners. I'm going to set a budget maybe of like $100 at Shriners and see if I can find some more stuff to add. Let me catch up with the chat here. It looks like Orlando showed up. Killer Brew, Kurt, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Thank you, Stephen. It's good pieces. Orlando arrived. Hey, Orlando. I hope you're doing well, man. Feliz cumpleaños, my friend. Mookie is here. Lou from New York City yeah, Lou was there too. Lou was at the show. If you guys don't know Lou, him and I are both New Yorkers. And Lou knows Orlando because Lou travels to Florida as well. And so we see each other a lot at shows. And he's working on a 61 Fleer, the basketball set. And I think he's looking for Bob Boozer, but he's setting guidelines for himself. He wants to find these cards in a 6 or higher, I believe, since a lot of his cards the set he's building has been a 6 or higher. So it's been quite remarkable to see that project of his nearing a finish line. And so if anybody here has any resources to help Lou find a Bob Boozer card in a 6 or higher, PSA or SGC, I don't think it matters, but I know Lou will probably either watch this or he's here and will chime in and let me know. 65 Brock is a high number, first Cardinal card. Thank you. That's good to know. In the back of my mind when I was looking at it, I thought I think it's a high number. I just couldn't remember when the high numbers start in 65. I thought it was the mid to high 500s, but I'm not 100. Yeah, but good. Thanks for clarifying that for me. 83 tops traded. Strawberry would look good in that one remaining open sleeve. I can see where you're going with that, and I think you're onto something there. Mike from Jayhawker is here. Good to have you here, Mike. Steel City DW, Dan is here. Oh, I gotta give Dan his flowers here. Dan deserves flowers. He sent me this really nice print. This is a really cool print. I have it sitting on my desk now as kind of a decorative item to really complete the Thunder Nook, as they say. But it's kind of cool. Dan sent this to me this past week. Just picked it up. It's the company called Pre-War Prints, and I guess they come up with different designs, and it's such a cool looking item. Here's the back. No baseball game today, but of course, every day is a baseball game. Ball game today at the Polo Grounds, so it sits nicely on my table here. And I wanted to make sure that Dan gets his flowers. So thank you, Dan, so much. Steel City DW, should definitely subscribe to him and give him some love that way. Really, really cool. Shriners would be awesome for the binder project. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely find stuff. There's a lot of great dealers that show up. That sometimes I see at other shows, but there are definitely some really good dealers as well that will be there. These microphones. I realized that my clip-on microphone was not the primary. It was using my computer, so hopefully this sounds a little clearer. Thank you, man. Thank you, Andy. I think it's starting to grow nicely. Mr. Wilhelm is here. Hello, all. My co-host, Jason. What's up, Jason? Good to have you here. And yeah, thank you again, Dan. Super generous, man. Super generous. I never, I appreciate those that have gifted me cards or really cool decorative items, or in general. I mean, I'm very humbled by that, and I really appreciate the generosity. It's hard for me to accept gifts. I'm not one that pines for them or asks for them, but when things are gifted, I'm truly humbled and truly appreciative. So thank you guys again. Thank you again, Dan. Let's see. I think it sounded better the other way. So this is no good. Is this mic no good? Should I switch back? Let's see. Ryan is here. What's up, Ryan McClanahan? Hope all is well. For sure. We are doing well. Getting ready for another work week. I was wondering about that piece when I just noticed it in today's video. Very nice. Yeah, I forgot to mention it, and I'm sorry about that. I should have mentioned it in the video. But I definitely, since I was coming on live here, I figured I would, mention it here. All right, so Mike is saying to switch back. Okay, fine. Hold on a sec. All right. Let's see. boy. Okay, hopefully that's much better. Hopefully, switch back to the computer microphone. I have a lot of technological capabilities. I can either go with the clip-on mic, which I generally use, or I can go with the computer. So I'll go with the computer. I don't think it matters either way. I think ultimately you guys will hear me. So it's all good. All good. Peeps, what's up, my friend? Good to have you here. All right, it's got a rich tone. All right, the computer's better. It's good either way. All right, that works. Works for me, man. Works for me. Oh man. So what else is up? Well, I did get another card. I haven't shown this yet. I didn't show this in my video, so I'll show it now. I picked this up in the Venezuelan group that's on Facebook, and this guy Brian Rainey. If you guys are not familiar with Brian Rainey, he has some really really good Venezuelan stuff that he posts. Mostly, I mean, a lot of the stuff he shares, it's like a mix of really good high grade stuff and then a lot of like lower grade stuff. And so I love the lower grade stuff. I love finding it when you can. And so I found this piece. He's one of my guys I like collecting, Luis Tiant, and it's a great looking shot of him here in the stadium. I think it almost looks like it's the same stadium from the 67 Venezuelan card. If you guys remember seeing that, you can see I could just kind of tell based on the horizon behind him. But looks great in his windbreaker warm-up jacket. And the back, unfortunately, I think this can be rescued. So, curious what you guys think. I was thinking about, soaking this in some distilled water and removing the pieces here because the back's not technically damaged. It's just the adhesive got stuck. So you have the album that this was sitting in. Uh, the pieces of that album photo book got stuck on the card. So I was thinking about soaking it, but I'm not very familiar. I haven't done it before. So I was going to ask just a few people what they thought. But yeah, it's a good looking card. I mean, I got this for $40, I think, $40 including shipping. I was like, yeah, you never really see these too often. I thought it was a cool looking card, so I figured I'd share it. It has not gone in the binder yet, but for sure it is sharing a nice back-to-back Tiants. This is the 66 Veni, and then you got the 1970. I forgot the name of this set. I have to look. I forgot to. Let me see if it's listed on here. It's not. But nevertheless, cool looking cards, man. I'm just catching up here in the chat here. Oh man. Mike is trying to sabotage you, Sammy. He just watched Gremlins for inspiration. That's awesome. Oh man, good times. You got it right, Henry. Louis Taint, man. Louis Taint. Thank you, Orlando. I kind of figured you would like it. I know you like the I know you like Venezuelan cards, but I know you love the Cuban and the international cards. Thanks, Sammy, for reaching out to me yesterday about another Jackie item. I truly appreciate you thinking of me. You have helped me so far pick up some nice items. Listen, man, I'm happy to do it. I see things at shows. I see things on Facebook groups. Whenever tough items come up to bid or come up in auctions or whatever circumstance, I always try to reach out to the person that collects a lot of that stuff. So I know you're big on collecting Jackie. I know Matt the Card Story loves collecting Hank Aaron, and Joe and then Darren from Return to Collecting likes collecting Joe DiMaggio and Nolan Ryan. Jim Faulkner loves collecting Nolan Ryan stuff. So I'm always keeping that stuff in mind. Do the best I can to try to help other collectors when I can. Since I go to so many shows, it grants me the opportunity to do that. Ross says he likes it the way it is, so do not change a thing. So yeah, man, listen, it definitely seems to be. It's definitely seems like it's going to be going that route where I'm not going to probably do anything with it because I'm not. I've never soaked anything, so I don't really know. I mean, there's tutorials online, but do I really feel comfortable doing it? These probably would be better to try it on like a $2 common or something like that that has the same. Henry's saying a tiny dabs of water and rub. I'm not sure. Yeah, cause I don't know if I would. That's a little tricky, man. I'd be a little suspect of doing that. Jason's, and I'm not surprised with Jason's response. Back damage for the win. No need to soak. All right. Now you need to get the 65 rookie. Yeah, no, the 65 rookies there. I like the photo cards, the team issued photo cards. I have his 65 team issued photo card, which I think looks a hell of a lot better. But that's just my opinion. I guess there seems to be an issue with eBay, so there must be a glitch going on. Caught wind that Samuel was. I'm sorry, I caught wind that Samuel would show clause for someone else recently. Sorry, I'm a little tired, Jason. Could you? I'm not really sure what you're trying to say there. I caught wind that Samuel was show clause. I imagine that might be misspelled, but I'm not 100% sure. Love watching Jim share his Nolan PC. Yeah, man, it's Jim has a great collection of Nolan Ryan stuff. It's like so vast. I've never seen the 65 team card. Do you have it? Yeah, let me see if I can get it. If I can show it to you guys, I'm happy to do that. It's all about showing cards, right? Okay, it's in this little display case down here. I'm gonna move some stuff around, but we will get there. Let's see. Okay, going through all my postcard size stuff, but we'll find it. Love going through this stuff sometimes. Alrighty, that's literally the last card of the bunch. So, but I did find it. There it is, Mike. If you want to take a look, it's a great looking card. Love the like that they took the photo of him like entirely. Standing on the mound. Definitely, I feel like this is definitely a spring training photo. I feel like they took a lot of these during spring training. Got this for $5 at the Garfield show. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So there you have it. Not bad for a rookie. Santa Claus. Okay. Yeah, sorry, man. I am super slow tonight. Apparently, I am Santa Claus. I'm the show. Yes, the Santa Claus. Well, I think Lenny, off-centered Leonard, cardcast is really the Santa Claus. I mean, it's cool. He's gifted everybody stuff. I mean, that guy has everybody in mind for the hobby. Yeah, that's a good dude. OCL, man, OCL. We need a translator for that message. There we go. Thank you, Steven. Man, awesome. Never heard of it. Yeah, man, it's a cool card, Mike. I'm kind of kicking myself because at the time that I bought that, the guy who I was buying it from had an entire binder of those photo cards and had a bunch of big players like Bob Gibson and Lou Brock and Colavito and a bunch of big names. And he ended up selling the rest of the binder for $100. I'm thinking I definitely would have bought that binder for $100. Yeah, but it's all good. You hooked someone up in the community with the purchase of a great card. I did. Matt, that was Matt from the Card Story, and I'm going to let him share that when he's ready to do so. That was a big card, really big card. Mark Hoyle, what's up, man? Good to have you here, friend. Mark's collection. I'm looking forward. I'm thinking you're going to be there Saturday, Mark, I believe, right? Or are you going Sunday, or what's the plan for Shriners for you? Curious to know. let me put this back. I actually have something I want to show you guys, because I think you might find it interesting. I found it interesting. Um, I was gifted this when I went to the Orange show a couple weeks ago, and I think it was 2 weeks ago at this point. And I was gifted this exhibit card. It's my first exhibit. I never really sought them out because I've heard so many sad stories about people buying an exhibit card and realize and then finding out that it's fake. And so I was like, you know what? I can't really. I don't feel comfortable buying an exhibit card. I guess you can buy them graded, I suppose, and that you can feel a little more comfortable with that. But alas, this is my first. Never really dabbled into it. But um, Tom from Milford, you guys have heard me talk about him before. Tom from Milford gave this to me, and it's such a generous thing for him to do. He bought this the guy that originally had this. So this has only been handed down once or twice now, including me. The guy who he bought this from um, got this at an amusement park up in Connecticut when it was, I don't know if it's still there. Tom from Milford, he's, from I think he's from, yeah, he must be from the Milford area. And he bought this at a show in Connecticut. And it was, again, he got this at an amusement park, which makes sense. It kind of lines up because you would buy these at, those arcades that existed. My grandfather got a bunch in Atlantic City, so these are all around. Many of those arcades, you would get them there. Nevertheless, I bought it and I started looking into it, and I was curious. I was like, how do I determine? Because the exhibits vary over the many years. I think that the maze stretches from like 47 to 66, I believe, or something like that. And I was curious, I'm like, how do you determine which year is which? How do you determine when this one was printed? And based on a website that I'll show you guys, because I figured, we'll spend some time talking about this, it is all based on how this is printed in the USA, how this is shown on the card. And yeah, this is definitely Stuke territory, man. But I did a little bit of research, and I'll show you what I found, and tell me if you guys think this is legit. I think it is. But it shows an image and text to kind of support it, to show you in the different years. So if we're talking about the maze, this one would probably be definitely wouldn't have been before. So, so we're looking at, I'm thinking that it's probably the 57, 58, or 59, based on, I'm going to zoom in. I don't know if this goes with you guys with them when I'm zooming in, but I'm seeing this, the space, the separation here. And the one that I have is in lowercase, capitalized, but in lowercase. And it just really depends if mine is upper and lowercase reddish brown, which I think mine is, or if it's the 59. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm leaning towards that it's either 57 or 58 or 59. I think it's a cool looking website. And I don't know. Nice little starting. It's a nice little guide to kind of get you started. It's from the keymancollectibles.com. And it says exhibit cards are difficult to date because the only way to distinguish between years is by very subtle differences. Most exhibits are blank backed with very little identifying text. Font style and wording such as made in USA or printed in USA will help to narrow it down to the year in which they first appeared. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, cool piece. So, my first exhibit, as I mentioned. Let me get back to the chat here. Friday and Saturday morning. All right, so Mark will be there Friday and Saturday morning. Mark is joining. Yeah, I forgot to mention, of course, Sundays are always the triple header. So I started off at 7, Alex from Bowman 53 with Card Room Live at 8. And tonight is Dan from Dan's Vintage Baseball PC is hosting 4 Collectors at 9. Eastern time, of course. Let's see. I'm getting ready to show my exhibit vending machine. That's pretty sweet, Chris. I didn't know you had one. It's pretty awesome. Boston, yeah, man. Shriners on Saturday, man. It's gonna be an awesome time. Stukes is the expert. Yeah, he's the encyclopedia. He's not here. I don't think he's here. Otherwise, he's lurking. Adam's Car Closet. I hope you're having a chipper evening, my friend. John from 3D80s Kid is here. Good to have you here, John. Love the exhibits. Great cards at great prices, at least at the moment. New York on Maze Cap 57. Yeah, you're right. San Francisco would be 58 or 59. But I was wondering if they were still just printing still printing them with, the New York logo, even in 58 or 59. It wouldn't. I get what you're saying. It wouldn't make sense for them to do that, but I just wonder if they just kept it. But I guess, yeah. I guess we can narrow it down to 57. I'll go with that. Rob, what's up, man? Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. And yeah, I don't know. I'm getting ready to. There's a bunch of auctions coming up. There's one auction in particular I'm looking for. There's a card I'm looking at that I'm hoping I can acquire. It might require me to sell some things. I've already started putting some things out there for purchase. So little by little, I might be moving on from some maze cards, if you can believe that. And yeah, man, it's another step of progress, progressing and moving in a different direction. Not different entirely, still collecting the same players, but my whole focus is to find really unique pieces, and that's what I always strive to do. And so that might be the next move for me, is to start moving some, tough to find pieces, but pieces that I could potentially find in the future if need be. So, like I'm moving right now. I don't know if I have it out. Do I? I don't know if I have it out in front of me at the moment. Well, I don't have it like on right with me right now, but I'm moving the Burke Ross 52 maze that I have. So I've decided to move on from that. And there's going to be more pieces along the way as well. So my PC is going to be shrinking down even further, and my PC is pretty small to begin with, but you know, that's one of those things where if a card is not speaking to you the same way it once was, then I don't feel there's any need to hold on to it. Really at the very core of it all, we want to cherish what we have, and so sometimes certain cards lose their spark, and so I don't see any problem with moving on from it if that's the right move for you, if you feel as though that's right. So I don't feel as though that's something we should bear judgment on each other. If a card doesn't speak to us the same way it once did, I shouldn't force yourself to try to admire and cherish it. So, what are they going to do at Philly, especially your vintage dealer buddy? If you start selling off your maze cards, he puts them on the front of the case to deliver you over. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I read this right, Mike. What are they going to do at Philly, especially your vintage dealer buddy? If you start selling off your maze cards, he puts them on the front of the case to deliver you over. Are you talking about? I'm not sure who you were referring to. I know there's a buddy of mine who sets up at Philly who's a big maze collector. So I'm not sure if you're referring to him or when you say deliver you over. I'm not sure what that means. Could you clarify, Mike, on what you mean by that? Because I do want to understand. I don't know why it won't spell maze. Yeah, no, it does it to me too. It it hasn't learned. The phone doesn't learn very well. But Chapel, and it should have been Lure. So going back here, he puts them on the front of the case to lure you over. Yeah, I purchased a bunch of maze stuff. I will say, the maze stuff I purchased from him was he didn't do it to lure me over. the stuff I purchased from him actually was kind of and it was kind of hidden. And actually, Petty was the one who brought me over for some of the Maze stuff. You know, he reaches out to me from time to time and lets me know about some Maze cards, but yeah, Chapel's not that type. He's not the kind of person that's going to, try. I mean, he's he's pretty, Chapel, you know how he is. I mean, Chapel is pretty laid back, pretty quiet. Once you get him talking, I know. Yeah, I kind of figured. I just wanted to, I figured it was a good talking point to bring up, the kind of dealer that Bill Chapel is. At least from what I've gotten to know, he seems to be, pretty cool, pretty laid back, pretty quiet guy. But once you get him talking on a topic, he'll keep you going. He's told some banger stories, man. Um, let's see. I'll see you later, Dan. Thank you again for the cool sign, man. I'm sure. I guess the next time I'll be seeing you will probably be at the Strongsville, but perhaps at the Net 54 gathering if I find myself down in Maryland again, for sure. Chris, the dealer from the Garfield show, checking in. Awesome, man. Good to have you here, Chris. Appreciate you stopping by. What condition is your Burke Ross maze in? It's graded. I have it here somewhere. Let me see if I put this down. I don't think I didn't put it up there. If you want to give me a second, I can see if it's out here. Here it is. So it's in good condition, I think. Good centering on it. To me, that's what kind of makes this card really, really special. I bought this from Stan a little over a year ago. Here's the back. There is a very subtle wrinkle right over there, but it doesn't go through the card. It's on the back. And the only other thing I can mention is, let me make sure, there's a little bit of a chip on the upper, well, in this case, if I look at it this way, the upper right corner. But other than that, the card it presents super, super well, man. Super, super well. So it's one of the cards I'm thinking of moving on from. And I've had some people reach out asking about it. There's one person who in particular who's was going to check back in with me about it. So we'll see what he says. Yeah. Chapel is one of my favorites. Yeah, I've purchased a number of things off of him over the years. Again, great storyteller when you get him on a topic. I purchased my Bazooka Maze off of him. I've also sold to him too. So, yeah, good times. Yeah, Chapel. There are times when I'm at the table at the Philly show, and I get Chapel talking about something, and then there's like other people who come to the table looking to take a look at a card, and he's still going. I'm looking over at the guy next to me. I'm like, and Chapel's still going, and I'm thinking, Bill, man, if you want to, he looks like he wants to get wants to take a look at something. I don't want to deter Bill from sharing his story, but at the same time, I'm like thinking, oh man, this guy's glaring at me because he's waiting for Bill to finish his story so he can get the card he wants to look at. But Bill's awesome. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, hopefully I'll be there too. I filmed the event last year, so hopefully I'll be able to make it again this year and do the recording. So my eyes are going for sure. Knock on wood, my eyes are still in good shape, but I get you. I feel that. Okay. So yeah, man, I'll tell you what. I'll show a card that I am potentially going to move on from. I might stop being a Nolan Ryan guy. I might just be a Mathewson, Mays, and Seaver guy going forward. So this might be on the chopping block, if you can believe it. It's a tough card for me to sell, but I might be on the cusp of moving this. So Jim, Darren, if you're in the market for it, it's a tough card, but yeah, I'm seeing Bizarriza just losing his mind. Like I said, it's a possibility. It's my most precious Ryan card. it might be on the chopping block if, as they say in The Price is Right, if the price is right. So, but for now, it sits in my display case, happily sitting on the top. Calm down, calm down. It's all good. Still have still got the Seaver Transagram. That's not going anywhere. I love Nolan, but I could see you moving off him and going for older cards. That's sort of the trend I'm going with. I think. Little by little, it's been kind of evolving that way. Suffice to say, if I were to find the 67 or 68 New York Mets picture packs, I would not hold back on getting those. So we'll see. Darren, need to add that Ryan to your collection. They're not easy to find. I got very lucky finding that card. It was just it was timing. Granted, I've seen the Transagram boxes, and those are I've seen they're available. They're out there. So we'll see. We'll see. I see Nolan more as a binder guy for you than the bigger Nolan cards. Yeah, it's true. Perhaps I'm slowly kind of moving off of Nolan and focusing more. I've thought about it. That I could potentially just become a Mathewson and Mays guy. So there is that possibility as well, that I would just kind of focus on Mathewson and Mays. It's hard for me to move on from certain Seaver cards. Like I think I will if I were to drop Seaver and focus on Mathewson and Mays, I would keep some Seaver cards. I'd keep the Venezuelan stamp. These are difficult. I'd keep my Venezuelan Seaver in the 68. I'd keep the rookie card, the 67, and I'd also keep the postcard. But again, these are just crazy thoughts that pop in my head. Everyone's losing their mind. Don't stop collecting Seaver. Okay. All right, Orlando. I don't want to let anybody down. But, again, I'm not saying that I'm dropping, like Tom is just too special. Like I said, there are certain cards I would keep. If I were to decide to stop collecting Seaver and to start selling off the Seaver items, there would be certain cards I would not move. I would not touch. But again, I'm not there yet. Just speculating. Just tired talking like this. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm tired and I'm, spouting nonsense right now. Tom is Matty reincarnated as a Met. That's a serious comparison. I will say Seaver is one of only two pitchers that I know you guys hear this all the time. Two pitchers that has a sub-3 ERA, 3,000 strikeouts, and 300 wins. Crazy. It's crazy. The problem is, let me answer Mike. Would you sell all your Ryan and Mays or keep one or two special cards? The Mays stuff, I'd sell bits and pieces of. The Ryan, I'm not gonna say it's the only Ryan card I have, but it's a tough one, man. It's a tough card. It's probably the last Ryan card that I have. I have the photo pack stuff, but yeah, as far as traditional size cards, it's the only one I have left. So if I were to move on from that one, it would kind of put the nail in the coffin for the Nolan Ryan collection. So there you have it. The truth is that, if I want to continue building on my collection, I have to sell things to continue collecting. And deciding what to sell, I mean, it varies. So there's a lot of great pieces that are coming out that I've never seen or gotten before, and so you got to make room. You have to sell things to make room for more things if you want to do that. I mean, you can dive into You could dive into your savings, but that doesn't make any sense to do that. You gotta be financially responsible, and so this is one way for me to do that. Anyway, maybe Biz is right. Maybe I'm just talking crazy right now, or I'm just tired talking like this. It could be that. It could be true. So I'll leave you with this. Like I said, the right price. It has to be the right price for me to move stuff. I can't sell things at there are certain things I just can't sell at a discount. So we will see. For now, everything remains as you see. But we're gonna finish here. I think we hit the plateau. We'll finish off with what Steven says. Tough decision, Sam. We're trying to figure out what to sell to pick up. And there you go. It's a big card, and you have to, sometimes you have to make room you have to sell other cards to get the card you want. So there you have it. Have a great night, everybody. Everybody go over to why am I forgetting his name? Oh my god, yeah, I'm exhausted. Go over to Bowman 53 to catch Card Room Live, and then Dan from Vintage Baseball PC. He's going to be for collectors tonight at 9 p.m. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Alex Bowman 53. I'm losing it, man. Have a great night, everybody. I'll catch you soon. Take care.